Last time on Moto Therapy, I explored the canyons around Moab and camped there for a couple of nights before heading north to Salt Lake City and then on to the Bonneville Salt Flats. After crossing the pass into Provo, I noticed half a dozen hang gliders along the trace of the mountainside, just hanging in the air, catching the updraft from the mountain. It was pretty spectacular watching unpowered flight for 30-40 minutes at a time. It was amazing. This is the weirdest place I have ever been in my life. The sky's blue, and then you got some mountains over here. But over here, there's nothing except that little strip. You can barely see some mountains in the back. It's so hazy out here. But it was absolutely quiet till I heard that plane coming over. You can't even hear the wind. There's nothing to bounce off the wind, so the wind's just blowing and you can't hear it. So it's kind of like being in a soundproof room. I don't know, I feel like I'm walking on styrofoam. This is hard as a rock. It looks like snow, but it's hard as a rock. And you can see me. I don't know if you can see me. I can't really get this camera. What you don't want to do is use any of the yellow salt to eat, to season with. You don't want to use any yellow salt to season your food. That's what I'm trying to say. But man, this is Twilight Zone stuff here. I'm really glad to be here. This is more than what I thought it would be. The road, or the actual racetrack surface, is very flat. You don't see all the little ripples in here from the water and the wind. I guess that's residue that's washing kind of like waves, and then it builds up into little rings like this. You don't see that on the racetrack. Racetrack's nice and hard and relatively flat, but I'm kind of surprised. I thought it would be like glass, and it's not like glass. It's got very small, quarter-inch, half-inch ripples in it that you can feel, especially about 100 miles an hour. You can feel it. So I'm just wondering, I got more respect for those guys that are racing now, because I know those machines are vibrating like hell at 2, 3, 4, 5, 600 miles an hour. So they got much, much bigger balls than I thought they did. I just thought, you go fast, tire blows out, you die. But now I'm thinking, I think you're hanging on for dear life. I think I'm the only one out here this far. I think I'm about twice as far as anybody else has come. You get into the muddy sections over here, and the salt gets real loose, and it starts feeling like sand. Still like a concreted sand, like a real thin clay that breaks, and then you're in the sandy, muddy, whatever crap. But I'm out here. I don't think anybody else has made it out there this far. There's some tracks further this way, but they look pretty old and look like, just like me, they got into the loose stuff and said, ooh, I'm going to turn around. So, but anyway, I see 2 vehicles coming this way. Look like they may be motorcycles. But I'm going to set up my chair. Might set up a little tent thing. Take me a shower out here on the freaking salt flats at Bonneville. Awesome. You know what? Sometimes you just have to let it all hang out. So obviously, after looking at the mountains surrounding the Salt Lake, I had to try to cross them with street tires. I mean, obviously, right? You can tell the angle is pretty steep. But maybe I won't have to slide the way I did yesterday. And of course, once again, I found myself climbing a very steep hill on very slippery dirt and gravel on street tires. I think this was the theme of this ride, is I'm thinking that I'm on knobby tires when I'm not, and get myself into situations that I shouldn't be in. But this was definitely worth the trip up this mountain. I would visit this area again on a more capable bike, and have a blast camping in the area for almost a week. Then I moved north or west into Nevada, and then north into Idaho. I didn't spend much time in Nevada. I had some big ideas in mind, so I kept riding north. First time in Nevada and Idaho, but the scenery was really shocking. I wasn't expecting an irrigated desert, which is southern Idaho. I'm not sure exactly where they get all this water from, but it doesn't appear to be falling normally from the sky onto the environment, everything was irrigated. Weird. The great state of Idaho, 40 miles south of Twin Falls. And I have no idea where I'm going after Twin Falls. So maybe they got some internet and they can tell me where I'm going. Other than that, I can't. Well, so far what I think about Idaho, it seems like it may be as arid as a lot of the other Southwest, except they've managed to figure out how to trap the water that falls. You got a reservoir over here. It looks like every field that I've seen that's growing anything is heavily irrigated. In other words, you know, you can see the contrast between the brown grasses that are naturally growing and the green fields over here. All that stuff is irrigated. I haven't been by a single field yet that's green that's not irrigated, except this rest stop. And I don't know, this may be irrigated. It's not that green, but it's very green out here where the water is coming out of the ground or wherever it's coming from. They've built canals. It's a very interesting place. So so far I dig it. It's kind of flat, rolling hills, plains kind of thing with the mountains in the background. I've heard the mountains are pretty rugged from some of the people that have ridden them. I'm not going to have time to ride them today. I'm done with rugged. So I'm just finishing dinner. I'm gonna get on the highway and head up to Idaho Falls. I'm in Twin Falls, Idaho right now, and get on the bike, ride about a mile, trying to punch in the coordinates on my GPS, and I ride across a bridge, and it's like, holy crap! And this is what I see. From here I can see two waterfalls. But not just that, you know, you got your bridge here, but then you got Best Buy overlooking TJ Maxx, all this shit. It's like, holy crap. Rivals some of the ones I've seen in Utah anyway. Just driving along. I guess everybody takes this for granted, how wonderful this is. Anyway, back on the bike, heading towards Idaho Falls, heading towards Tetons and Yellowstone. Don't know which ones I'm going to hit tomorrow, but I'm running out of time, so I got to haul ass. Headed east towards Wyoming and Yellowstone National Park, decided to stop in Idaho Falls, grab some dinner, and a much-needed rest in a hotel room and a good shower. I also did some maintenance the following morning before packing up, and got on the bike and headed towards Wyoming and the amazing mountains of the Tetons and Yellowstone National Park. Too. I've seen pictures of places like this, but I've never actually been out in the middle of a wheat field. I think this is one of the things that runs our country, and I think we're dead in the center of the heartland of wheat country, maybe. Idaho, southeastern Idaho, field that's around it. Lots of rolling hills and wheat. Sweet. I like it. It's what's for dinner. It's in my beer, at least some of it. And man, it is all over the place out here. How not to pick up a motorcycle, but 700-pound motorcycle with 150 pounds of gear. You just pick it up the best way you can, and that's what I did. Tell you what got me. I'm sitting up here on top between these two ruts, this little berm, and I'm trying to attach my GoPro, and I basically got my foot right here, and just kind of stepped down, and it starts sliding. I don't have either one of my hands on the handlebar, so I don't have anything to grip. Grab one of the handlebars as it's going down, I just keep slipping and slipping and slipping. Anyway, hey, lots uglier places to crash than this, and I'm okay. Bike looks okay. Join me next time as I roll across into Wyoming and into the Tetons and Yellowstone National Park and freeze my butt off camping with a bunch of grizzly bears. See you then.